Well, first of all, Jonathan, it is such a pleasure to speak with you. Happy Oscar Sunday. How are you feeling with everything going on this evening?
Oscars is my favorite day of the year. It's Vanity Fair, there's Elton John, and then there's us. And then there's Madonna closing it all down. But it's going to be a night that everybody's going to remember one way or another this year, because I was on the fence many times for the 10 best films this year.
That's amazing. So obviously you've been hosting this for quite some time now. Talk to me, what was the inspiration to have your own Oscar viewing party, and what does the process look like going into this whole thing?
Great question. I love Oscars. I love old Hollywood. I love the glam, and I love the fact that people will get dressed up, and when they show up, they actually want to kind of be part of yesteryear, because we don't have that anymore. We have Netflix, we got Amazon, we got Apple. What happened to Paramount and MGM and all the big studios, Warner Brothers? So for me, this used to be Warren Beatty's house, and you can't imagine how many parties have been here, how many dignitaries and major stars have come through this house. So when I took it over, to me it became Baker Manor, and we always celebrate Warren, because when you go inside, you see the Warren Beatty Theater, and more important than that, for me, everybody who comes here is excited for the moment. We've all watched all of the films, at least I hope they have, and all the celebrities that actually come to this party, and we get a lot of them. I mean, it from Harry Hamlin and John Lovitz. As you can see this year, it's the Oscars, and I one day hope to be talking about films that I actually really like, because this year it was Oppenheimer. And it was Flowers of a Killer Moon, even though kind of didn't like anybody in the movie, but it was a great movie. And the rest of them just surprised me in such an odd way that I couldn't believe it. A lot of movies. We watched Zone of Interest last night. I'm thinking it's an interesting movie, but I don't know if it should be nominated for Best Picture. And maybe Best International Picture. So there's a lot going on in the Academy that's very surprising to me. I mean, all of the stuff that the Academy has kind of chosen to be part of the going forward movement, for me, lacks the glamour of Hollywood. Maybe that's just today, and tomorrow the pendulum will swing the other direction. But for me, I've loved it when I was a kid. I love it when I'm an adult. I love it as a creator. I love it as a spectator. There's nothing better than the Oscars. It is the best night of the year, and it is when Hollywood celebrates itself.
Definitely. And then finally, to wrap everything up, what is it that you are most looking forward to with your career that's coming down the pipeline this year? What can we expect to see from Jonathan Baker?
So this year, I've got a great movie that's starting in about a month and a half. It's called Fate. It's a beautiful romantic love story. We haven't seen a lot of those lately. It's time travels, it's beautiful, and we have an all-star cast that literally I'm going to announce in 10 days, and the cast is phenomenal, especially in today's market when you really just have a lot of television, a lot of limited series. Few people are doing movies for the sake of doing movies. I love the actual aspect of a theater, watching a film, understanding it, and then I want to see it the second time on television.
Yes, I agree.
So so I don't think that there's not a market for it. I just don't think there's an opening market for it. Right. But thank you for coming. Go inside, see all the people. We have so many people in there tonight, and we have writers, directors, we have art directors, producers. We have amazing actors. I mean, when they're out in town, they come here first before they go to the parties. That's why I do this as the greatest Oscar viewing party in Hollywood.